You know the feeling. It's 2 or 3 in the morning. You've already turned over in bed a dozen times. Your mind is buzzing with thoughts. Your body is exhausted. But no matter what you try, you just cannot fall back asleep. You stare at the ceiling. You check the clock again. Now you wonder if this is just how it's going to be now that you're older. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that over 70% of adults over 65 struggle with sleep. But the question is why? And more importantly, what can we do about it? Some people blame aging. Others blame stress. Many simply accept it and turn to medications, sleep aids, or even sleeping in front of the TV just to get a few hours of rest. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful tools to help you sleep through the night isn't in a pill bottle or a doctor's office? What if it's actually sitting in your kitchen? There's a food that doctors and nutritionists are quietly recommending more and more to older adults. Not because it's trendy or expensive or hard to find, but because it works. This food is natural, gentle, comforting. And it doesn't just help. If you fall asleep, it helps you stay asleep. It works with your body, not against it. It helps regulate your nervous system, stabilizes your blood sugar through the night, and promotes the natural release of melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's safe to rest. But before I tell you what it is, I want to take a step back and help you understand something more important. Because the problem isn't just sleep, it's that we live in a world that no longer supports rest. Everything is fast, noisy, and stimulating. And after 60, your body no longer has the same buffer against stress. What you eat, how you move, and even the quiet of your evenings all affect how deeply you sleep. That's why what you eat before bed matters more than ever. Most people don't know this. After 60, your ability to produce serotonin and melatonin naturally begins to decline. These are the two key hormones responsible for calming your nervous system and preparing your brain for restful sleep. So, what you eat before bed can either support this process or interrupt it completely. Let's talk about what many people get wrong first. Many seniors eat their last meal of the day too early, sometimes at 5 or 6 p.m., and then go to bed at 9 or 10. That's a 4 to 5 hour window without nourishment. By the time you're asleep, your blood sugar has already started to drop, and your brain, sensitive to that drop, sends out a stress signal waking you up in the middle of the night. That's why so many people wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and cannot figure out why. They don't feel hungry, but their body is reacting to low fuel. Their heart races, their mind is alert, and no matter how tired they are, they can't settle back into sleep. So what's the solution? Eating something small, gentle, and nourishing about an hour before bed. Not a full meal, not sugar, not caffeine. Just something warm and stabilizing. A food that's easy to digest, calming to the stomach, and rich in the nutrients your brain needs to rest. And that's where this one simple food comes in. It's not exotic. It's not expensive. And you might already have it in your pantry. Warm oatmeal. Yes. Oatmeal. Now, before you roll your eyes or assume this is just a breakfast food. Let me explain why it's so powerful when eaten in the evening, especially after 6-5. Oats are complex carbohydrates. That means they help raise your blood sugar slowly and steadily without spikes. They also help increase tryptophan in the brain, a key amino acid that turns into serotonin. It's eventually melatonin. So instead of dropping into a stress response, during the night your body receives a gentle, sustained flow of energy. Your brain is able to produce calming neurotransmitters. Your nervous system relaxes, and something almost magical begins to happen. You fall asleep easier. You stay asleep longer. You wake up feeling rested, not restless. But it's not just the food itself. It's the ritual. Taking a moment to prepare something warm and familiar before bed is deeply grounding. It becomes a signal to your body that the day is ending, that you are safe, that you are nourished, that nothing more is required of you. Tonight, for so many of us, evenings are filled with noise screens. Headlines, worries, the heaviness of everything left undone. But what if instead we made the last act of our day an offering of peace? Just a small bowl of something kind, a pause, a deep breath, a new habit that tells our older, wiser body, you can rest now. Everything is okay. In the next part of this video, I'll show you exactly how to prepare this food for the best effect, when to eat it, and how it fits into a nighttime routine that's been helping thousands of people over 60 sleep through the night naturally and consistently. Because rest is not a luxury, it is essential, and you deserve it. Now that you understand why warm oatmeal works so well, let's talk about how to make it part of your life in a way that feels easy, comforting, and sustainable. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's not about strict routines or counting every bite. It's about giving your body what it actually needs, when it needs it most, with kindness and consistency. Let's begin with timing. Your body works on a rhythm known as the circadian cycle. After the age of 60, that rhythm becomes more sensitive to changes in light, temperature, and especially food. Eating a small bowl of warm oatmeal roughly 1 hour before bedtime gives your body just enough time to digest and absorb it without triggering wakefulness. You don't want to eat it too close to bed or it may disrupt your stomach. But you also don't want to eat it too early or you'll miss the stabilizing effect on your blood sugar. So aim for that golden window, around 60 to 90 minutes. Before you lie down, now let's talk about what goes in your bowl. The most powerful version of this isn't just plain oats with water. It's a gentle blend of ingredients that work together to create a relaxing effect on your brain and nervous system. Start with half a cup of organic rolled oats. Add 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or water. Let it simmer slowly until soft and creamy. Now comes the secret. Add a pinch of cinnamon known to help regulate blood sugar and improve circulation. Stir in a teaspoon of flax seeds or chia seeds rich in omega-3 south and fiber that calm inflammation and promote steady digestion. And if you want something lightly sweet, choose a few slices of banana, not only for flavor, but because bananas are high in magnesium and tryptophan. It's both natural precursors to serotonin and melatonin. You now have a bowl of pure sleep nourishment. Warm, soft, easy to digest, and packed with compounds that help your body rest. And as you stir it, as you breathe in the aroma, let this become more than just food. Let it become a signal, because your body listens to rhythm more than rules. When you do something consistently at the same time each night, like preparing this bowl of food, your brain begins to associate it with sleep. It's like turning down the lights inside your nervous system. You're telling your body with every step that it's time to slow down, to release, to trust the night now. Imagine this. You finish your small bowl, you wash your spoon, you dim the lights. You sit by a lamp with a book for a few minutes, you breathe, you move away from screens, you settle under the blankets. Not as someone who is battling with sleep, but someone who is welcoming it. No medications, no stress, just warmth, calm, and routine. This might sound simple, but that's exactly why it works. Because the truth is, your body doesn't need something extreme to heal. It needs rhythm. It needs presence. It needs comfort, the kind that only you can offer it. When you eat something warm and gentle before bed, your digestive system calms. Your blood sugar steadies. Your brain receives the message, you are safe. That's why, and safety is what allows us to sleep. Now, some people might ask, but isn't it bad to eat before bed? Not at all. If you're choosing the right foods, heavy, greasy, processed foods, yes, those will disrupt your sleep. Sugary desserts, they'll spike your insulin and drop you into a crash later. But a bowl of complex carbohydrates, magnesium-rich seeds, gentle fiber, and natural sweetness, that's medicine. That's wisdom. That's what your older body craves and thrives on. And let me tell you something very real. Many people who have tried this simple habit, eating warm oats before bed, have written back saying things like, I've been sleeping through the night for the first time in years. My anxiety before bedtime is almost gone. I no longer feel helpless when the sun goes down. This isn't a miracle. It's not magic. It's nourishment. It's the power of listening to what your body has been asking for all along. And it's available to you tonight. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to wake up tomorrow and start a new life. You just need to begin with one quiet moment. 1. Small act of care. One bowl of something warm when your body needs it most. Because sleep is not just a pause. It's where your body repairs. It's where your memory restores. It's where your heart finds its rhythm again. So tonight before bed, I invite you to try this. Not just as a recipe, but as a new rhythm, a new chapter, a message to your body. You are not alone. I am here, and we are resting together. In the next part of this video, we'll explore how this simple bedtime food fits into a broader evening routine that supports mental clarity, hormone balance, and deep emotional rest, especially after the age of 65. Because sleep is only the beginning. By now, you've learned how one simple food, warm oatmeal, can become a powerful tool to help your body sleep more deeply and consistently after 65. But the truth is, food alone is not enough. What truly transforms sleep is the rhythm around it. That's why I want to take you gently into something even more valuable than the meal itself, your evening routine. Let's pause here for a moment, because when you hear the words routine or ritual, you might think of something rigid, something complicated, or something made for someone else's life. But this isn't that. What we're building is not a checklist. It's not a to-do list. It's a transition from the busyness of the day to the peace of the night. A moment where you turn the page, where your body begins to slow, where your mind is invited into stillness. Most people don't sleep poorly because something is wrong with them. They sleep poorly because no one ever taught them how to leave the day behind. So here's how we begin. Once you've eaten your bowl of warm oats, usually about an hour before bed, give yourself the gift of slowing down. This might mean turning off bright overhead lights and switching to a lamp. It might mean putting your phone away and letting your eyes rest on something still. A book, a candle, the quiet window at night. Next, give your nervous system a chance to feel safe. One of the biggest enemies of deep sleep is the lingering stress your body holds on to from the day. Even if your mind feels calm, that stress shows up as tight shoulders, shallow breath, tension in the jaw, or that feeling of being on edge without knowing why. And if your body enters sleep still holding that stress, it will protect itself by staying alert in the background. Which is why you may wake up after a few hours and feel like your mind is racing again. But there's a way to reverse this. And it's so simple that most people overlook it. Breathe, sit in a chair, place your hands on your lap or over your stomach for 3 minutes. Just 3. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply through your nose. Let the air fill your belly, not just your chest. Hold it gently. Then exhale through your mouth, slowly and completely. No fancy tools. No apps, just your breath, steady and slow. This one practice signals to your body that it's okay to shift into rest, that the fight is over, that nothing else is required tonight. Then, once your body has softened, take a moment for a reflection. Write down one sentence, just one, something you're grateful for from the day. Not something huge or dramatic, just something true. Maybe it's, I had a warm conversation with my daughter today. Or I walked outside and felt the wind. Or even, I made it through this day and I'm still standing. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood. It changes your biology. Calms inflammation. It balances cortisol. It allows your heart rate to settle. It gives your nervous system permission to surrender the day. And now, finally, your body is ready. You've nourished it. You've calmed it. You've reminded it that the day is complete, and so are you. When you lie down to sleep tonight, I want you to think about this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are simply adjusting to a new rhythm. One that honors your age, your needs, your wisdom. After 65, your body speaks more softly, but more honestly. And when you listen to it, when you give it what it's been asking for all along, something beautiful happens. Sleep stops being a struggle. It becomes sacred, time of healing. Return to balance. And it begins with one small change: a bowl of warm food, a quiet breath, softened heart. That's the invitation I want to leave with you, not to chase perfection, but to pursue peace. Because aging is not the end of your power, it's the beginning of your mastery. And sleep is not something you fight for, it's something you prepare for. So tonight, make space for it. Eat something kind. Move slowly. Let go, and when the night comes, may your rest be deep, uninterrupted, and filled with the quiet strength of someone who knows they are still becoming. You are not alone on this journey. We're in it together, and tomorrow you'll rise stronger. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally allowed yourself to rest.